welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori, aka Mountain Mama, and today we are going to do a vegan meal prep. My little dude is with me, sorry. So I meal prep on Sundays just for the week ahead. I do breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner. I'm going to include some snacks that I use to stay alert and alive. I am an elementary school teacher, so I definitely have to be on my toes at all times, and I have some snacks and things like that to keep my energy levels high. So if you are interested in this video, please stay tuned.
I like to start every meal prep with chopping all of my vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and chop my cucumber. Generally, I deskin my cucumber just because I don't like the skin. But yeah, I'm going to chop some of it into quarter pieces for salad and then others into sticks for hummus and dips and things like that. I'm going to start with my red onion now. I have about a half of a medium red onion. Usually onions make me tear up, but what I do is put a little bit of white wine vinegar on the bottom of my cutting board, and that seems to help me out a lot. Now I'm getting started on my potatoes. I usually meal prep potatoes every week, and generally I like to go for gold or red potatoes depending on what recipe I am making. So I have about 10 red potatoes. I also need carrot for my recipe, so I'm just cutting these into little quarter pieces. And now I am chopping one medium-sized tomato into small bits. The first recipe I'm working on is a breakfast burrito. So I picked up this plant-based chorizo taco kit from Costco, but you could definitely make this all on your own. So what I'm going to be using is this tofu in the taco kit, some beans, some flour tortillas, and some Kite Hill cream cheese. Here are the ingredients. You could make a tofu scramble on your own by using some tofu, some spices like onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then kala namak, which is an Indian spice that kind of smells sulfur-like an egg. I don't really miss the smell of eggs, so I don't need to do that. And then I just left out the chorizo and the salsa, and I'm going to use that for something else. And I'm just going to use my beans, my tofu, and my cream cheese. So right now I'm just spreading my cream cheese onto my flour tortillas. I'm going to add some beans. There's pinto beans, kidney beans, and black beans in this medley. And then I'm going to add my tofu scramble. So this is relatively simple. It's high protein and it gets my energy going. And I usually pair it with a piece of fruit that's in season. Currently that's going to be peaches and apples in Colorado. I'm going to take the time now to just let you know if I ever do say in this video cream cheese or cheese, just know that it's a vegan version of cream cheese or cheese. Generally, I'm going to use the brand Kite Hill for cream cheese and then So Delicious or Chow for the vegan cheese. Just a heads up in case anyone was fact checking my little meal prep here. What I like to do is roll all of my tortillas up and then wrap them in parchment paper. After I wrap them all in parchment paper, I'm going to place them into a freezer-safe container. Generally, that's going to be a Pyrex glass container, and then let it be in the freezer until I need it for breakfast. I pop it in the oven if I'm at home or the microwave if I'm at school. And I leave it in there for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I usually dip it in salsa and ketchup. So that is my quick and easy breakfast. Like I said before, I do pair it with a side of fruit, but that really gets my energy levels high in the morning. And then I do like to use the leftover tofu scramble for egg salad. So I use that on the days that I want kind of like a cold lunch or something like that. So here are your ingredients. I'm going to use dill weed, onion powder, a little bit of that tofu scramble. I'm going to use this Grey Poupon deli mustard, and I use the Hellmann's vegan mayo. That's my favorite kind of vegan mayo out there. So whenever I'm making a vegan salad, right now it's that egg salad. Sometimes I do chicken salad, sometimes I do tuna salad. Tuna salad, I use garbanzo beans. Chicken salad, I use the Gardein teriyaki strips, and I just don't add the teriyaki sauce. But yeah, if I'm going to make a deli salad like this, I allow it to sit overnight in the refrigerator before I serve it. Generally, I'm going to use lettuce boats with romaine hearts, or sometimes I like to pair it with sourdough toast, which is super delicious as well. So definitely enjoy this recipe. It tastes just like you imagine it would. So my second recipe I make probably every other week is going to be this quinoa chili. So I have black beans, I have some tomato sauce, I have that tomato that we chopped, I have carrots and red onion, and then I picked up this Simply Balanced organic quinoa, black bean, red pepper, and it has pineapples in it blend from Target. So I'm gonna add all of that to my saucepan and let it simmer. I do use a little bit of sunflower oil, salt, pepper, and some cumin. So those are the only things that you're not seeing right now. And then I'm just going to use that chorizo that we got in the taco kit from Costco. This is totally optional, but I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm going to add it to my chili. I was concerned that it would be a bit spicy, but it wasn't that bad. And here I'm showing you that generally you could just make your own quinoa blend, but when at Target things are on sale for $1, I'm just gonna pick it up and make my life a little bit easier and pour it into the pot. I did show you the ingredients there, and it was literally just quinoa, black beans, red pepper, and that pineapple. So as long as they are clean ingredients in there and I know what they are, I'm totally cool with something that is in a processed frozen bag. So like I said, I added that sunflower oil, red onion, and those carrots. And now I'm going to add that soy chorizo. So this is also made with tofu and a few spices. And like I said, it is not too spicy. And I have seen it at Costco for the last month and a half. So hopefully that plant-based option is going to stay there for a little bit, but fingers crossed. So after I add that chorizo, I'm just going to add everything else into the pot. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of vegetable stock, 1/2 cup of almond milk, and then 1.5 cups of just regular filtered water. I'm going to let it simmer for 45 minutes, and then I like to serve mine with sourdough toast, chips, different things like that. Sometimes I even throw some brown rice in it and spinach, but this recipe is so versatile. That's why I like making it every other week. Alrighty, your next recipe is going to be potato corn chowder, another recipe that I do probably every other week. These are your ingredients. You are going to need some unsweetened almond milk. Make sure it's unsweetened, not the vanilla like my first attempt at this. You're going to need potatoes of your choice, onion, carrots, frozen corn. This is optional, but you don't have to do it. I use the Not Chicken cubes, and I will no longer be using them. They have palm oil in them, and palm oil is cool as long as it is ethically sourced. However, this company does not do it. I appreciate that they make a vegan option, but I'm just not going to use it anymore. And it will save me on my sodium intake. So I'm going to add some onion powder, some garlic powder, black pepper, a little bit of Himalayan pink sea salt, and then 2 cups of water along with those 2 cups of almond milk. I'm also going to let this simmer next to the chili on the stove for 45 minutes, and this is another dish that I pair with quinoa, brown rice, chips, and things like that. Sometimes I pair it with sourdough toast, but honestly the potatoes have so much starch in them, I feel that it's just a very hearty soup, so it fills me up a lot more than quinoa chili would. Moving on to the next dish, you are going to be making a veggie fried rice with sweet and sour chicken. That's an air quote there. I'm using the Boca chicken nuggets. They make Boca burgers. They're pretty famous for that, but they also make really great chicken nuggets, and they are cheaper than the Gardein brand sometimes, so that's why I bought them. So I'm gonna fry them just dry. Sometimes I add coconut or avocado or any kind of oil really, but I'm just gonna fry them dry, and then I'm gonna add that General Tso's sweet and sour sauce. And now I'm adding my vegetables, peas and lima beans. I'm going to mix that all together from frozen, and then I'm going to add that Whole Foods fried rice blend. So that has carrots in it, peas, corn, and some red peppers. I know I added extra peas. I just happen to really like peas. You totally don't have to do that. But yeah, I just like to add a lot of veggies to these stir fries. And then I'm going to add just a splash of coconut amino, so I'd say just about 2 tablespoons there. And I'm just showing you now that I have everything on the stove together. Next up is going to be packing all of your snacks. I'm constantly snacking. I teach elementary art, so generally in the morning I have classes back to back, and then I have my lunch. And then in the afternoon, I also have classes back to back, but I am filled up from lunch, so I don't need to be snacking as much. So the first snack I showed you was the Crunchsters. They are based out of Boulder, and they are mung beans, and they are like marinated in different seasonings. The Luna bars are always a great option. Fruit and avocados are another great option. Dark chocolate, sun butter cups, and the Hope hummus is my go-to, and I pair that with veggies and different kinds of pita chips and things like that. I also leave on the side a pre-made salad. I put arugula in mine this week, and some kale and spinach, some cherry tomatoes, and I always add extra pumpkin seeds for healthy fats. I usually do a ginger dressing or some type of olive oil dressing. And here I am showing you those breakfast burritos. They are now frozen, and I'm going to serve mine with the Simply Organic tomato ketchup. Most of the time the organic ketchups are not going to have your high fructose corn syrup in them, so they are a good way to go. And these are all of the dishes we made. So this is going to be our potato corn chowder. I have brown rice and sourdough toast on the side, and I'm always going to bring a green salad for lunch. So this is our next dish. This is the veggie fried rice with the General Tso's chicken, air quote. I'm also going to serve this with a salad with extra pumpkin seeds and some cherry tomatoes. And then sometimes I bring hummus on the side just to get a little bit more filled up. This is white rice. I find that I normally feel more full with brown rice. Alrighty, your next dish is going to be your quinoa chili. It is super hearty and super flavorful. I have brown rice on the side, and then sometimes I like to serve it over steak fries with a nacho cheese sauce. I use the Honest Stand. The Honest Stand is an easy way to make cheese. They do the potato, carrot, onion blend. If I am taking it to school, I'll bring some sea salt, tortilla chips, and if I'm feeling extra, I just bring some Kite Hill dairy-free yogurt with me for my sour cream substitute. But yeah, the quinoa chili is so versatile, so I encourage you to try this recipe. Alright, thank you for watching this meal prep with me. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye!